This is a treatment for my TV show. The genre will be a drama where it's all based around how a starting up firefighter goes to join the service, beside his wife's views, and he's enjoying it at first and progressing his skills in the field, and then he gets called out onto a fire where there's only three fire officers available. He could wait for backup, but it'd risk killing everybody inside the building. So he decides to run inside with his two other colleagues. He's able to save two children, and but the rest of the team and the rest of the victims all died, and he's mentally hurt deeply from it. When the synopsis of it would be like when the beginner firefighter joins the force, he's challenged by the physical and mental stress of the job. As he bursts through burning doors in the hunt for trapped victims, can he save them all? I feel like the unique selling point for my programme is the originality within the drama based in the UK. All dramas in the UK tend to run along the lines of being a cop or hospital drama, but to what I can tell or recall, there isn't a great population of shows detailing on the drama around the life of a firefighter, so I felt that would be one of the best unique selling points for a drama TV show. The title of the TV show will be Falling Walls. The meaning of this title is the literal definition wherein fires, walls fall. It also meant to represent the metaphorical meaning, which represents the emotional walls falling when the main character has to deal with the stress. The medium for my show will be a 3-episode series to be aired on BBC One. Each episode running time will be around 1 hour long. This is due to that it's a build-up of tension and drama required to make the show gripping. This will be done by having the episode start slow and tension build up from an unexpected point. Two of my key scenes are, the first one, when the main character Gary Owens finishes his second routine drill and is training up to be in the force. He is asked to come on to the late shift at 2, where his fire station is cut down by more than half of their team. They are suddenly called out to a massive fire in a large B&B. Gary which is the main character, Gary, completely unprepared, but he is one of the only 3 firefighters within the station, so he has to come out. When Gary and his team go to the fire, they're the only fire engine for at least 5 minutes, so they have to go in alone. Gary follows his 2 team members as they burst through the door, sending fire and wood everywhere. The 3 firefighters split up trying to locate the 5 missing victims. Gary spots 2 children in the corner of a room. He knows there isn't much of a chance of them being saved, but he tries anyway. He gets a grip of the children, pulls them up and runs out of the building as the roof collapses behind him. His 2 team members and victims didn't make it out. With my character list, I've got the main character, which is Gary Owens, who's the rookie firefighter. He's 27 years old, and he joins the force in the first episode. He's quite strong-willed and big-hearted, but this isn't always good for him, as it makes him vulnerable to emotional experiences. He has a wife, Sharon Owens. Sharon is a mother of one of their child and is married to Gary. She works in a cafe in Peterborough, which is where the programme will be based around. They have a child, which is Alfie, who is 3 years old. There is a character, Richard Bellow, which is 28 years old. Richard is Gary's best friend since secondary school. They often spend time at the pub and with family. Richard is a funny character and brings light to the shop. Carl Rock. Carl is an experienced firefighter. He has been in the force since he was 22. Carl and Gary become good friends when he starts the force. And we've also got Jacob Rockway, which is the chief fire officer in the department and runs the station.
Okay. The cast, please.
So for my suggested cast, For the role of the main character, I want to have an actor who isn't really famous but still has experience. I want the audience to follow the character as he builds as a character instead of knowing him for what he is. And so I decided to get an actor which is slightly known but not known for how he's played in a lot of roles. I wanted Sharon to be an attractive woman around the age of 28 who takes pride in her appearance. Richard Bello needs to be a humorous character, and I want the actor who is known to the UK for his funny TV, so that when seen in the programme, it is a sure sign of slight comedy.
Who's the female actress?
It's not come to the actress.
Oh,
the name
sorry.
of the.
Right.
But I've basically detailed on most of that already. But, the main character, which is Gary Owens, would be Sam Gittins. For the role of Gary Owens, Sam Gittins is a perfect person. He is a kind-hearted person and comes off as a soft character. Sam has starred in a variety of dramas, which gives him the experience to work well in this production. The goal for his series is to show the physical and emotional strain of the job on him and how it visibly affects him through the series. So a clean, softer-looking character works perfectly to build on. I believe that the actor would like to play this role for that specific reason.
Right, can you briefly just go through the other actors, but let's briefly go through them.
Sharon Owens is Dakota Blue Richards. She's an attractive lady who would work well for the role, as she is. She needs to be strong, but still able to be nice and calm.
Okay, do this last one here. This Richard Bello's here.
Richard Bello is going to be James Buckley. James Buckley is known around the UK for his comedy and is quite a figure in the UK for funniness. So yeah.
Okay. Can you go to your budget, please?
Yeah.
So do you target audience, and then budget?
Target audience would be age 25 to 30, gender mainly male but not really specified, and ethnicity British. The class would be middle to low, and TV interest would be gritty drama. The target audience for my show, I've just said that.
How much is your total budget?
479,000.
Okay, what's the most expensive thing?
It's the cast and technical departments.
Okay, fine. Can you go on to, just be about your schedule and launch date?
The launch date would be the launch date for my pilot episode will be on December the 20th. This is because it is a time when most people are on holiday and are able to engage with the television more. My show will be aired on BBC One because of it being an intense drama. The theme and tone don't match BBC 2 to 3 or even BBC iPlayer. The drama theme works perfect with the BBC One type of programmes and viewers. I believe that the winter times, my TV show will gather most ratings.
Okay, can you go through your script storyboard, please?
Mm-hmm.
And just talk them through.
We have a script. The script starts off where Gary is being called out to the fire and they're driving over there in the fire truck. Starting the script off in the fire truck. They get to the building and two other men jump out and shout, "Come on quickly," and they progress. He comes inside to the building and there isn't a lot of speech in my script, it's more of a lot of the actions which are going along around it to tell the story. Gary, when he comes into the room to see the two kids trapped, he says, "You'll be safe, hold tight onto me," helping the kids onto his shoulders. Gary runs out and leaves the building.
Okay, and your storyboard?
Storyboard. At the storyboard we start when he's in the fire truck, and that's a shot of just him, and then the next shot would be of the two experienced firefighters with him in the background looking nervous. The next would be showing them coming out of the fire truck and running towards the house. Then they'd enter the house, showing two of them running upstairs and one checking the downstairs. The next shot follows Gary on his own when it's a point of view perspective, where he kicks a door and sees the children inside.
Hey, and just lastly, your title card, please.
Title card.
Okay, so you got this idea of this firefighter coming in, right, and obviously trying to save his kids but doesn't. Well, that's a great start and it's hooking, I'll give you that. But what's the rest of the show about? It didn't seem to be clear on, like, why would you need more episodes? Like, what does he do each week?
Because, which, if I was to able to detail on the second part of the script, it then the last scene ends with Gary being trapped underneath a plank of wood, which is broken off from the house falling down. He wakes up in A&E and in the trauma with his wife sat next to him. This part stops the action throughout the drama, and it's more about the emotion and the relationships coming from it. When he's in the hospital, he believes that they died and that was his fault, and that their lives are on his hands because he didn't do any more to improve it. So it's almost like the first episode details on an experience, and the two other episodes will show what's happened because of that experience.
Right, so if you do it as just, is this meant to be a series that keeps coming back every year, or is it a one-off 3 episodes and then that's the end of it?
Well, because it's not going to be just straight action and all the way through, and action, when it's just action, can get quite boring to a point where the show hasn't got anything new to it. But because in the first episode it will be a quick brief of action, and then for the next 2 episodes it's mainly all about the relationships coming from it. That means that, like, maybe again for a new series, if it goes well, that a new problem could be brought in and how he's going to react to that one, or how another firefighter would react to a problem.
Okay, so like an apology, we have a new firefighter, a new story under the title Falling Walls, or the same matter but it's a different issue.
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite good. You said it's 400 and something thousand, which is very low. I mean, just putting something on fire is going to cost you loads. Then have visual effects and obviously pyrotechnics. So I know that's too low.
Yeah.
Right? So from a technical point of view, that needs to be raised up, I think, quite significantly.
Yeah.
So I think you are talking about $1 million plus. So on your feedback, go back to that and raise the budget. Yeah?
Yeah.
I like the fact you got actors who are unknown. I think that's a good shout, and I think that'll work particularly nicely for that. In terms of your actors, though, you got a comedic actor, obviously, but I think you need a name. At least one actor who's really known, I would not listen in cinema and TV, who's really known, respected, just so you can sell it off of them. So keep the unknowns, but I don't think the actor that's only for autism that's in Petrinas, I don't think you could hang a show on him.
No,
personally. So I would like to think someone
I'm
else.
almost thinking of maybe with the older character, which is the chief inspector or whatever. Can't think of the actual name, but try and make him more of a known character, not with as much parts, but to bring that element of, oh, I know him or I know that. And
what time would this be on?
it'll be on at 9 o'clock.
Why?
Because it'll have scenes and topics which aren't really suitable for younger ages, and people of younger ages won't really enjoy it for the same fact.
Okay. Is there any? Is it just straight drama? There's no sort of criminal element of why the fire started. Is it more just about the fire start, when they happen? We see the issues of how the firefighters solve the fire, or is it like they solve the fire but then they kind of help the police solve the crime? Is anything like that in there?
It's more of the that's sort of an element of it, but I don't want that to be quite a prominent element. I want it to be more of a background story where the main story is on how being a firefighter is affecting his home life and affecting his mental health. But it'd also help with having that baseline story to have set off stories like whether the fire is going to be set by that person and get investigated for that reason.
Okay, thank you very much.